I would like to tell a few words about mandatory vaccination of children in my country, where is a special model of vaccination in Europe. This problem has a wide range. Mandatory preventive vaccination is undoubtedly a current social problem, but is often marginalized and overlooked because of, for example, the high rate of vaccinated population. There is no doubt that only by maintaining a high level of vaccination uh, will it be possible to avoid an epidemic of many infectious diseases. But there is a worrying increase in a proportion of people not vaccinated. The obligation to vaccinate in the Polish legal system has over the years led to numerous discussions and research activities, not just at high level. The implementation of mandatory preventive vaccination in its current form has met with strong resistance from anti-vaccination environments. Despite this, many circles have stressed the importance of the obligation to vaccinate and its positive impact of the safety to entire society. Preventive vaccination has two basic aims. The first is to provide maximum protection against the disease. The second objective is to eliminate the risk of the disease from society. This is about at least 95% elimination of the disease from society. These are the framework objectives, the ideas for implementing a compulsory protective vaccination. And the scope of mandatory preventive vaccination is very wide. In the presentation, you can see examples of disease against which compulsory vaccination are carried out and the age of the child who must be vaccinated. The reasons for not giving children mandatory vaccination are a fear of undesirable post-vaccination reactions, the position that there are no more disease and that everyone has immunity to them, and the third one, the right of parents of children not to consent to the provision to health care is invoked. How is evasion mandatory vaccination penalized? According to Article 115 of the Code of Criminal Offences, parents of children are liable before a criminal court for not having their children vaccinated. This is punishable by reprimands or fines from 50 up to 1,500 złotych. It's approximately from 15 to $430. It can be seen that these penalties are symbolic in comparison with the danger of not having a child vaccinated. On this slide, we can see the model of mandatory preventive vaccination looks like. This is my own analysis. In the first case, the parents subject their children to mandatory vaccination. The obligation is fulfilled. In the latter case, the parent avoids having their children vaccinated. What is happened then? A repeat notification is sent out. This means that another period of time passes and the child remains unvaccinated. Then the parents may incur an administrative fine up to 10,000 złotych each time, but the public administration bodies impose fines in the range of 100 up to 1,000 złotych, approximately 30 up to $300. If the parents continue to evade the child's vaccination, then the authorities may take the case to the court for an offense under Article 115. In practice, unfortunately, they do not do so at all. What happens after a case is taken to the court? Once a final conviction has been handed down, then parents subject their child to compulsory preventive vaccination. However, they may still not do so. What happened next? A number of legal alternatives arise here. Can a second time be punished for the same thing? According to the nebis in idem principle, we cannot. Will the execution take place again? This is another legal uncertainty. In practice, proceedings take a very long time, which has a negative impact on the health safety of the child who has not been vaccinated and his immediate relatives. What is the gravity of the problem? The statistics show how much the obligation to vaccinated children is marginalized. The numbers of derogations from the compulsory vaccination of children is increasing year by year. Last year, it was nearly 50,000 cases. In this year, it's estimated to reach 60,000 cases. This is a very dangerous phenomenon and must be effectively prevented. How can this be prevented? My research shows that the system of mandatory vaccination of children is insufficient. Proceedings are taking longer, and children who are not vaccinated are arriving. There are no legislative changes. I propose creating new legislative in this area, increasing penalties and executing the vaccination immediately. This is the only way to halt this progressive negative social phenomenon. Thank you very much for your attention. Please send any questions to my email address. I will be able to give a full and comprehensive answer.